Okay, awesome. So our hangout is live on air now. So anyways, guys, this is usually for those of you, I know we have a couple people on that are not usually on our hangouts, are brand new coaches. So welcome, welcome, welcome to Team Wild Republic. We are so happy to have you. And just in case it's confusing to you guys about teams and how that all works, I'll try to just quickly explain that because we have a lot of new coaches this month, which is awesome because that means we're all growing our teams. And some of our brand new coaches are growing their teams too. Actually, Ashley, is this Ashley Burnett or Ashley Rogus? And I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong.
It's Ashley Rogas.
Oh, okay, hi.
Hi.
Make sure. And I don't see Rachel on here yet. So I will, let's see. Ashley, I just muted you, just FYI. You can unmute yourself later if you want to ask a question or anything like that. But you guys have been doing so amazing. I'm so crazy shocked by everybody this month, and there's a couple reasons for that. First of all, as you might know, even though you guys are new coaches, as you might assume, January, February, March are huge, huge months for anything health and fitness business related because people go through the holidays and they make resolutions and they want to get healthy again, and it's just kind of a natural progression. Like around the end of December, beginning of January, up through March and into April, people are like sticking to those resolutions. Hold on, sorry, people are commenting and I think they're having trouble getting in. But anyway, they're sticking to those resolutions. And then they're trying to get fit for bikini season and to get back on the beach and at the pool and all of that. So, I mean, from January, end of December to probably about, I would say, May, June is a really, really busy season for us. So I just kind of wanted to talk to you guys a little bit, especially as new coaches, about not worrying about the fact that it may seem a tiny bit slower if you're following other coaches or if you're looking at you know, my previous success from January, February, March, that kind of stuff. Things could seem a little slower. They could absolutely not change at all for you. But I think that's where, and these are why these calls and the national wake-up calls are going to be so important, because we have got to start really sharing our story. And before I get into like our slides and recognition and stuff like that, I do just want to brag on Brittany Parcell, because she is somebody that started, and for all of you new coaches that are listening to this in the replay or that are on with us right now, this is a really good story, her story. She might think I'm crazy saying this, but is that she started out as somebody that was like, maybe I want to discount coach, maybe I want to get into this. And then I would say maybe 3-4 weeks into it, we had a call and she was like, you know what, I think I really want to do this. I'm going to really go full force and do this. I'm going to start a challenge group. I'm going to get into it. I'm going to get into the trainings. Well, life happened. She ended up selling her house, buying a new house, doing all this stuff. You know, she works full time. She has a son. She's a wife to her husband. Life is busy, and I get that, and we all get that, you know. But I will tell you that ever since I revamped our Grow and Go Wild program, which is our new coach training program, Brittany just got like a fire lit under her, and she's like, you know what? I moved into my old house. She literally sent me a message and was like, you know what, I could come up with every single excuse why I can't do this, but I really believe that this is going to work for my family, and I really believe that this is something that's worthwhile and that makes me better and that makes other people better, and I'm going to go into this. I'm going to keep trying, even if I get objections, even if it's hard at the beginning. I'm going to keep going. And I just want to say, and I'll talk about this a little bit more when we get to recognition, but Brittany, last month, July, I was at Summit, so it was like July 20th-ish, was like at Success Club 4. And for those of you that are new, Success Club, you don't get leads and you don't get things like that until you hit Success Club 5, and that's like the minimum Success Club. And I said to her, like, you have this. Like, there's like 11 days left in the month. Like, push for Success Club 5. You can do it. And she was like, well, I already did my challenge this month. Like, what do I do? You know, and I was like, start a new challenge, talk to more people, you know, and she was like, yeah, okay. Well, I just want to say congrats to her, because she ended the month of July at Success Club 8, which is far better than one more than she needed to get Success Club 5. So basically, Brittany helped last month, let's see, about 4 people get into a new healthy lifestyle, which is incredible. And I'm so proud of you. And even when she was closing on her house and moving and having her son and working and all of these things, she made it happen because she wanted to make it happen. So I just want to kind of start off with that story because I think, oh, you're welcome. But because I think that there's so many people that, you know, they can start this journey and then they can feel like, I don't know, this is tough and I'm not where I thought I would be, and they can give up. Or they can say, you know what, I can, just like she said, I can think of every single excuse. Hey, Rachel.
Hey.
She said, I could think of every single excuse. I can think of all these things, but you know what? I'm not. I'm going to go for it. And she ended up at Success Club 8. So congrats again, Brittany. And again, for all the new coaches coming on, you guys, and if you guys missed that story, I was just kind of talking about Brittany and how when she first started, or last month, she was kind of stuck at Success Club 4, and she pushed to hit Success Club 5, and she finished at Success Club 8. And she was closing on her house, being a mom, working full-time, being a wife. So that's just a really great story, and you guys can watch it on the replay. But I just am so proud of her, and that just kind of shows you who we are as a company. Like I said, she was able to help 4+ people last month. So that's so amazing. So I just want to kind of give you guys that as we're going into, you guys just joining, we're kind of talking about how we're going into our slower months as fitness and health coaches. Oh my gosh, Rachel, I just realized you're on your road trip, aren't you? See, that's how you get it in. You're driving on vacation and you're getting on the team call. That is amazing. And that's why she has so many successes that we're going to talk about later. But you guys, so I'm going to try and stay focused. I'm having a problem with that this week. But what we need to talk about is, or what I wanted to talk about was, as we're going into these slower months, when you're posting a lot, and you should be posting a lot about your story, not your story, about your fitness journey and your healthy wins and just all these other things that we think about during the day, like, or that we would usually post about, your faith, your inspiration, your kids. I want you guys to really focus on setting goals, to switch your focus a little more. Definitely still want to have fitness and all of these things in there, but I want you guys to really focus on sharing your story more. Because in a slower month or slower time, that's what people are really going to get into. So for instance, if a lot of people are not super ready to get fit, like I said in my previous video, it's coming up on football season. People want to eat hearty food and cozy up when it starts getting warm, and they don't really care about their body. And then, you know, after the holidays, they're like, oh my gosh, what did I do? I need a refresh. So what you can appeal to in this time, and which actually benefits you more as a I don't want to say strategy, but it's more of a strategy, is appealing to people who would benefit from this opportunity. And the way that you're going to do that is by sharing your story. Like when I say, or when one of my coaches posted last year, I think she posted, or not last year, a couple months ago, that she was so excited because of her Beachbody business, she was able to send her child to a little bit more elite private school and pay the extra money for him to get in, and it was Montessori or whatever it was, and he was going to be learning and having a real curriculum. She was so excited. So it doesn't have to be super financial wins. It could be something like, gosh, I've been wanting my kid to go to that school forever and just had the little extra oomph from Beachbody, and wow, this opportunity has helped me. It can be something as big as, you know, I was really struggling with my weight loss, and then I had this community of women around me that really pushed me forward, and I have all these great new friends now. And, you know, all of us in our early 30s, late 20s, or 20s and 30s, I should say, especially when you have kids and stuff, you kind of find it hard to fit in places. Like for me, I'm a single mom. It's very hard for me to have a couple friends with kids because I'm the odd one out. You know, you start to get older and your friends move away, everyone takes jobs, things like that. Like that's a big win, is when you start to kind of grow your community through Beachbody, through this kind of thing. So try to think about that. And what I would challenge you guys to do, if you haven't done it already, if your personally sponsored coach should have sent you like a about me form, or like your why form. And if you haven't done that already, I would just really recommend you guys go and write down your why. Like, why am I doing this? What do I want to get out of this? And not just financially or health and fitness. Think about it spiritually, just wellness-wise, your family. Who do you want to help? Those kind of things. Do you want to stay home with your kids? Do you want to have more flexibility? That's a huge one for most people in our, circumstances. And so I just would just focus on that, like what's your why, what's your reason, and then try to share bits and pieces of that with your audience. And for some of you guys, that may seem really, really scary, and I totally get that. I saw a quote the other day, and it said, I think it was like the number one thing you have to love is vulnerability. And it's so true. And you don't want to be vulnerable with everyone, and you don't want to tell everyone all your crazy stuff. But you'll start to see, like, when we have, like, just in coaching, like attracts like. And I would say Rachel and I are a really good example of that we didn't know each other. We have nothing in common until we started really getting to know each other, and we have a lot in common, quite a bit in common. And I think it's interesting that even before you really know that, what you put out there, other people like you are going to be attracted to that because they're seeing you. They're saying, like, I have that story. That relates to me. I want to talk to her. And so you don't have to be everything to everyone. I think Lauren just jumped off here, but she just started a like page. She is a mother of 5. She's 30 or 29 years old. And her like page is chasing the 5 or something like that. And I thought that was so cute. And I'm like, you know what? Young moms with multiple children are going to be so attracted to that, and they're going to get that. And it's kind of funny and humorous and real life for her. It's like how to keep yourself healthy and care for yourself when you've got 5 kids and a husband and working and all these things. So I guess just keep everything super relatable because when you start being like, here's me in my Flex Friday picture, and now I look like Autumn Calabrese, and my life is perfect, and all these things, and people are like, I don't get you anymore. So for anybody who's starting new as a coach that thinks, I'm not at my goal weight, I haven't even started this stuff yet, what if it doesn't work for me? Don't worry about that. Remember the opportunity that somebody gave you, because I will tell you right now, if you're using our products the way that you should be, it will 100% work for you, 100%. And if you're worried about that, you can Google, you can YouTube, you can look up other people's progress pictures. For me, that's what made me stay really, really focused on my workouts when I first got started, because I was like, oh my gosh, this girl lost 30 pounds, and she's like super shredded. Like, I can do this. Like, I can stick to this. I know I can do it. Me personally, in my challenge groups, I've had people lose 30 pounds in 21 days, just for new coaches that don't know. I know Rachel had a really good testimonial. I forgot what it was. Somebody, like pant sizes or something like that. Here, I'll unmute you. All right, sorry. I don't know how to do it. Can you unmute yourself?
Can y'all hear me?
Oh, yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I've had, like, people tell me they've lost pant sizes. I've had, like, one girl lost, like, 10 pounds, and we're not even done with our challenge group. And then we had another girl that lost. And then my friend Nikki, who, I don't know if she's on the call, but she told me in, like, 2 weeks, like, she lost 6 pounds. So, yeah, we've had a lot.
So cool. That's awesome. And, like, you guys, and so I guess that's what I think that you guys need to get into. And we'll talk about this for all the new coaches. We'll talk about this a lot more in our new coach training. But basically, you don't have to feel like you have to go out and sell. Like, this is a testament. You don't have to sell. You get people interested in a healthy lifestyle, and people who want to do that, do it, and they see results from it. So you can then go ahead and you can post about that. You can say, like, oh my gosh, I just had a huge win in my accountability group this month. Somebody lost 30 pounds in 21 days or something like that. Somebody lost a pant size and went down a pant size. They haven't been that size in like 10 years or whatever it is, or since they've had their child or whatever it is. So in these slower months, I think it's just going to be really good to focus on recruiting. And I don't say that to scare anyone. Recruiting, I think, sometimes can be a scary word, but to focus more on reaching out to people who could benefit from this opportunity, or who you could reach out to. I know Brittany last night, and I'm going to try and answer some questions that you guys have had throughout the week, but Brittany last night said, can I reach out to someone and just say, hey, how are you? I'm starting a challenge group, and she was like, that feels really weird and icky, but I mean, I don't want to let it go for weeks and then come back to them. And my answer was kind of like, you kind of feel it out. Like what I used to do is, for instance, if I met somebody in a fitness group where it was about sharing, and I will say this till the cows come home, get in a bunch of tone it up groups, because like that's where I met Rachel. But why I like it is because those Tone It Up has created their own huge, crazy community. It's insane that they are not a network marketing company, because they would make bazillions. But they've created such a community around what they do, their product, which, by the way, their product is like nothing. I mean, their product is a nutritional program that's $150, and once you buy it, you're like a lifer member, and you get all their workouts free and everything free. It didn't personally work for me, but I loved the community behind it. I really did. I needed something more structured, but it was a great community. So you can plug into these Facebook groups and start talking to people, and you know that they post about Tone It Up, working out, staying hydrated, eating clean. And so for me, instead of just kind of waiting, I would just blatantly reach out and say, hey, did you ever think about getting paid to post just like we do through Tone It Up? Have you ever thought about that? I think that's like exactly what I said to Rachel. And she was like, yeah, and I want to be a nutritionist. And so what are you talking about? And so for those instances, you can go ahead and go full out and ask people, hey, I already see that you're posting about health and fitness. Have you ever thought about getting paid to do that? And then from there, you guys can go to my coaching website. It's teamwilderepublic.wix.com/coaches. It's in the our Facebook group. If it's not, I'll put it in there. And you can go to scripts, and there's a recruiting script. There's an event script, what to post in an event. There's all these scripts. So you just put that out there, and then when people come back with you, you can look at that script and copy and paste depending on what they say. It says in there, like, if they say yes, if they say not now, if they say it's too expensive. So you don't even have to think. You can go in there and do that. But I will tell you guys, and going forward in our coach training, I'm going to start in the 4th week. I didn't have this in there, but I'm going to add it, about our leadership ladder, because I think that when you get started as a new coach, it's awesome to push for rank, and there's so many reasons why you should advance in rank. But it's more important to look at what you're building. Because to be honest with you, and there's a great post, I'm going to post this in our training. If you guys would YouTube, and everybody, you could hear this on the replay, but if you would YouTube Stephanie Davies, she's actually in our upline. She's, I think she's Paige Casto's personally sponsored coach. Paige is Brandy Botts' coach. Or Brandy is Paige's coach. So Stephanie is an elite coach. I think she's like a 6-star diamond. But she posted this like compensation page, and it was basically something Beachbody put out that was like different ranks, the bottom of the compensation and the top of the compensation. So just for you guys to know, and I will post this somewhere and remind me if I don't, but like for an Emerald coach, the bottom that they were making per year was like $3,000. So I think it was like $60 a week or something. The top was like, for an Emerald coach, I think it was like $40,000. So then when you got to Diamond, the bottom was $1,800 a year in Diamond. So you can be a Diamond coach and not make any money if you're not focusing on really kind of building your team. The highest of Diamond, just Diamond, was $250,000. So think of it that way too. Like even if you build your team up to Diamond, which we have people on our team really close to getting to Diamond. I'm a Diamond coach. But even if you build your team up to Diamond, you can still be making a significant income as just a Diamond coach. The Star Diamond coach bracket was, I think the lowest was, I think it was $40,000 a year, which again, Star Diamond only making $40,000 a year in this business, that's kind of crazy. And the highest was $2.4 million. So just so you guys know, you do want to focus on rank, because your rank should indicate how you're building your business, but sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it's easy to get really caught up in rank. And I'll just be honest with you guys, and I'm going to keep mentioning her, but Rachel has done a really good job at this. When I started as a coach, I went Emerald in 2 days, and I went Diamond in 60 days. Still a diamond coach. So I've been coaching since January. So what happened was I signed up so many discount coaches. They were just kind of hanging on as discount coaches, and they still are, but they went toward my like coach volume, but they weren't hitting Success Club every month. They weren't building their business. They weren't doing anything volume wise. They were just enough coaches to be diamond, to be honest. And I had 2 emerald coaches. So now and recently I've really started to get really true business building coaches. And I think it's very funny, and I hope that we can do like a joint webinar on this, which, sorry, I'm saying this now, but like with Rachel, she definitely wanted to get a lot of coaches. Believe me, I mean, she was like getting in, she was like, I want to do this, I want this, but she really focused on like, I know it was in the back of her head, or it must have been, like, I really don't want to sign up a coach unless I know they're going to be a real coach. Because she really has only signed up coaches. Now, I mean, she signed up her mom and stuff like that, but I mean, we all do that. But the coaches she signed up are such quality coaches because they went through a challenge group and they saw, like, this really worked for me, and it was a community, and I love this, and this is something I could do and I could replicate, and they became coaches. And they're coaches that are at least, like, want to be a hobby coach. A couple of them are, like, full-on want to be a business builder coach. But I think that that's really important, is that if you don't focus on how fast you go, like, yes, you wanna hit these, you know, goals. You want to hit Success Club. You want to hit Success Starters. Get to that in a minute. You want to do all these things, but you also want to make sure that you're not just speeding up everything to get to a rank, because then you're going to sit there for a while and you could drop in rank. So we could talk about that later, but it's just not a fun place to be. You want to really count on your coaches building you up, because you want to build them up. You know, you want to be able to switch to where you really focus less on your business and you focus more on building your coaches and pouring into your coaches. And you can't really do that if you have a lot of coaches that are like just hanging around drinking Shakeology, if that makes sense. Like, great to have those people. But, and I feel like I'm getting way too far into that for people who are new. But I guess what I'm saying is, like, you really do want to build quality. And if for some reason someone says, I really don't want to be a coach, or that's not really going to work for me, and now I'm moving because I think I'm going to run out of battery, that's okay. Like, they can be a customer, or, you know, you can wait for your good coaches. Okay, so I'll turn on the light in just a second. Hold on. Okay, so I did want to do a little bit of just, this is kind of crazy, but at least I don't want to keep going back and forth. Hold on, guys. Okay, so I wanted to just tell you guys a little bit about what is new in August. I want to just share my screen with you guys really quickly. And I do want you guys to have the chance to ask questions, so I'm going to try and not be so long-winded like I tend to be. Okay. So let's see if y'all can see this. So I just want you guys to keep a couple things in mind, especially new coaches. I put down here, not everyone needs the same thing. I think it's really overwhelming when we first get started, where we're like, oh gosh, size came out, and that's a new dance video, and the supplements came out, and the boosts came out, and all these things. Now, I definitely want you guys to look these up, watch the videos, be tuning in to the National Wake Up Calls every Monday morning at 10 a.m. And if you can't do that, there's always a playback, or you can always go to the Beachbody podcast, and you can literally listen to every single Beachbody podcast there ever has been. I would recommend it. It's really awesome. It's just like great training nuggets from top coaches, and then new trainers and scientists and stuff that develop our products. So I do want to remind you guys, first of all, and it's not on here, but 21 Day Fix and 21 Day Fix Extreme is still, I just think of it as gold, honestly, because you could start anyone on that program. They could be at any fitness level. They could work their way up. Then they could get 21 Day Fix Extreme after the fix. You know, they can get, it's just the best kind of portion control containers, recipes, all of that. So I always tell people, if they're not sure where they want to start there. That challenge pack this month, and will be for a long time, is $140, which you guys know is $10 more than one 30-day supply of Shakeology. So even for people that say they just want to drink Shakeology, just let them know, like, don't you want to just try it out? It's $10 more. Pio, I think also, no, it's at 160. So a lot of women really are interested in Pio. What I do is I always just ask people what their goals are in their fitness, and we kind of come up with a program together. But you guys do want to be promoting some of the new stuff. And if you have Beachbody On Demand, which you should have a free month, you have a first free month as a coach. And if you, once you're Emerald, you have to have the club membership, which gives you On Demand. So that means you get like $3,000 worth of programming at your fingertips, on your device, on your computer. It's a huge value add. There's a lot of men that like to sign up for Shakeology that I offer the club challenge pack, because they get to choose between P90X, P90X3, Insanity, those kinds of things. So keep that in mind. And then remember, we do have these awesome new supplements. So I did put not everyone needs the same thing, because just keep that in mind. Like, if you are talking to somebody and they're really into like the supplements, like I had a couple that was just interested in Shakeology, of course I'm going to mention the boosts. I love the boosts. I think the energy boost is amazing. It is the most natural energy supplement out there on the market, especially in comparison with any other network marketing companies. The digestive health is fabulous. It's got great fiber in it, and the greens are great too. You guys should be trying that. They're pretty low cost, so if you haven't tried them, at least try one of them so you can talk to your customers about that. The next thing is the performance line. I have to say, and that's this one right here if you guys can't see, but I have to say I am so impressed with this performance line. You can get a sampler pack and try each of them. My boyfriend is obsessed with it. I love the hydrate. It like really does help me keep going when I'm running or when I'm working out. I love the recovery, and I love the drink, like the sleep recovery formula. And so for any of your new challengers that are new to fitness, you guys, I would totally recommend this because it's for muscle recovery. So for people who work out 2 days and they get super duper sore, you guys might be experiencing that now. They want to stop, you know? So I would recommend, like, you know what, if you think you're going to be sore, or if you think this is scary for you, why don't you go ahead and get the hydrate and the recharge, and make sure that you're not getting all this muscle soreness. They don't have to get all of them, just a couple. So just remember those things. The next thing, and the most exciting thing, is I want to recognize some of our leaders. First and foremost, I want to recognize July Success Club. Brittany, again, I told her story at the beginning, but I am over the moon proud of you for getting to Success Club 8, and I really, really believe you can get to 10 in no time. I really think you could do it this month, so do push for that. You can get there. Rachel, I say this all the time, but blown away. She is seriously just killing it. Success Club 18, like unbelievable. Success Club 18, that's just crazy. So great job. And that's actually the exact number that I hit my first month, so that's pretty cool. And then Success Club leaders for this month, which really doesn't mean that much except for one thing that I do want to highlight, but is me at 7, Rachel at 3, and the reason I say it doesn't mean that much is because it's the very beginning of the month, you guys. Like, we've got a long way to go. But I want to highlight a couple things. First and foremost, Ashley Burnett. Ashley Burnett, and I'm going to stop sharing my screen, is a brand new coach of Rachel's, which is Rachel's done an amazing job building her team, and she's a very new coach herself. Ashley has gone ahead and hit Success Club 5 in the first 13 days of the month, or I think she did it even way before that. So you guys, that's just to show you, like, you can do this. Like, this is someone that didn't get her product yet. And Ashley, if you're watching this on the replay, I am just beyond proud. I know Rachel is so crazy proud as well, but this is someone that she started in your challenge group, right, Rachel? Yeah. So again, it is so important to turn your challengers into coaches, because those are the people that get it. They already get it. So of course she knew what it was all about. And if you guys can hear Halston screaming in the background, I'm ignoring him. But of course, she knew what it was all about. But she's not a brand. I mean, she's not a coach that's actively working. She's not. She was just like, yeah, you're right. I think I want to be a coach. And boom, hit Success Club 5. And she was like, you know what? I think I know people who want to do this. And that's the mindset that you kind of have to be in. Is you've done it. If you haven't done it, you guys, I would Google it. Google the workouts. Look at a preview. Get excited about it. There's lots of coaches that do preview workouts. I've done them myself. You can go to my YouTube channel. But, okay, buddy, I'll be there in a second. But anyway, so, you know, that's just a huge testament to the fact. I mean, I think she's been a coach for like a week, right? Or maybe 2 weeks. Yeah, she's been a coach for a week. And she's already hit Success Club 5. So you guys think about that. If your goal was to hit Success Club 5 every week, I mean, you'd be at Success Club 20, like you've seen Rachel did last week or last month, if that was just your goal. I will tell you right now, because I know it's hard to measure goals. I'll tell you right now, Melanie Mitro, who was the top coach for 2014, we just had a huge celebration for her at Summit, and she is the sweetest, most normal, perfect person. I mean, she's great. Her the average amount of coaches she signs up a month is 25 to 28 coaches a month. So that's the top coach. So if you guys are signing up even a half of that a month, you are killing it in your business. So, and I mean, I can even go forward and say even a fourth of that, you're doing amazing. Like, you know, so I would say if you want to just kill it in this business, your goal of coaches to sign up should be 10 to 15 a month. And that's getting started. Now, Melanie has this huge following, and everyone knows who she is, and people find her on YouTube or wherever, and they want to be the top coaches coach. So things have changed. It's a lot easier for her to get coaches. But you guys just start having that as a goal. I'm talking way too much, but the last part of recognition that I want to say tonight, and I know we're early into the month, but I just got a notification from Beachbody, which I already knew this, but that Rachel is a success starter. So what that means is that she has hit Success Club. It was your first month in July, right? You can unmute yourself. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so what that means is that, I mean, she way over hit Success Club, but she is on her way. If she hits Success Club her next 2 months as a coach, so August and September, and by the way, it doesn't have to be Success Club 10. It will be. It will be. But it doesn't have to be. It can be Success Club 5. She will get a free ticket to Summit. I cannot say, and she is going to get it. And actually, we just went to Super Saturday, and she was like, I don't have to register for that, right? Because I'm going to just get Success Starters and get my free ticket. And I was like, yeah, that's what I did too. So, again, really positive attitude to have, and it gets you places. But anyway, I will be right there, I promise. Anyways, so she's going to get Success Starters and get a free ticket to Summit. You guys, and I always tell people when you're signing up coaches, and I've got a lot of training that will help you guys with this, but always push Success Starters and getting that Summit ticket. Because, first of all, I want everyone to be there next year. We're going to rent a house for our team. We're going to all be together learning and doing super workouts and celebrating our success with parties and recognition and cool stuff. So I want everyone to be there, and I don't want anybody to have to pay for their ticket. It's sold out right now, which spots will become available, but the only people who can go free are Success Starters. So that means hitting Success Club every single month, your first 3 months, and then why not just do it forever? But congratulations, Rachel, because you blew it out of the water with Success Club. I mean, Success Club 18, amazing. So you guys, really, when you want to put your mind to this and you want to do it, I promise you can hit Success Club 5. You can hit Success Club 18. She's probably going to go on to hit Success Club 50 at some point. So just start with the mindset that you can. Don't start with the mindset that, I don't know, I probably can't, so we'll see where I go. Start with the mindset that you can. Okay. I'm going to take a quick break because Halston is freaking out right now, but I have 2 more things I want to discuss, and I'm going to make it quick when I come back. So just don't log off yet. I'll be right back. Okay, hopefully I have enough time. So what I really wanted to talk about today, and if you guys are new coach and this seems crazy, don't worry. You're going to have lots of other training from your personally sponsored coach, from me. Don't worry about it. I just want to give you guys a heads up on this. So I'm not sure if y'all saw this, and I'm going to share my screen with you, but Brandy had a couple of members of our team participate in this live event. So for our team, for Wilde Republic, and I know a lot of people don't do this, but I know a couple people, Brittany, Rachel, can attest to, and we have more people on our team, guys, but usually our top coaches are on our call, and also I like to address people that are just on our call. But anyway, so Brandy, who's our top coach, and for those of you that don't know, she makes over $1 million a year doing this. She's only been doing this for 3 years. So we are so lucky that we have her trainings, her templates, her manuals, her tips, all these things, because she is an elite coach. She was a top 10 coach last year. She is just absolutely amazing in every way. I love her very much. And you guys just have no idea, or maybe you do at this point, but how lucky we are. Some people don't really have an upline at all. And some people don't have a powerhouse upline like that. And going even up higher, Brandy's upline is Janelle Summers, who has the very, very highest rank in anybody in the whole entire company. So we get passed down some of the best training, some of the best information. It is very exciting. And then we tweak it to make it more like us. But it's really cool that we get to do that. So what we typically do on Wild Republic is we use Facebook events a lot because they personally invite people to an event. But how we use them is kind of like an invitation to our challenge group. So instead of, and I know some people on here could probably attest that using that method gets a lot of people interested. So you have a warmer network of people to then say, hey, and probably some of you on here got into a challenge group that way. But, it's kind of like you're saying, hey, I'm opening this group. You're invited. Do you want to join? People join, and then you reach back out to them and say, okay, so here's how to join. Here's how to sign up and get into our group, whether it's a free group or a paid group. That has been so helpful. It has really, and I guess what I mean is it's a way to work smarter and not harder. You still want to be personally inviting people all the time, but it's a way to invite 500 people at a time or 1,000 people at a time. Sorry, I was just distracted. But it's a way to invite them and have them accept something. So when you invite them, then it says okay, I'll join. And you guys might have been invited to Jamboree parties online or whatever. That's a Facebook event. So we kind of use that as an evite, and then we take those people and we put them into a group. Well, what Brandy and her team did, which I think is really cool, or some members of our team did, is they did a live event. And I think that's pretty neat because it's almost like doing a what is coaching call, or it's like doing a 3-day sneak peek without it being 3 days. So I'm just going to show you guys a quick screen share of what that looks like. And for those of you that don't know, a 3-day sneak peek is inviting someone to your group saying, are you interested in coaching? They and you might have been in this group as well. They go into it and they watch a couple of videos, read a couple of things about coaching, and see if it's something for them that they would be interested in. And then once they make the decision, then they kind of move forward. So it's just kind of a sneak peek, literally, into what we do. Well, they did it in an hour. I'm thinking about calling it I don't know, Freedom is Power Hour or something like that, and just having it just a 1 hour about how to take back your life and this great opportunity. Or something like that. It doesn't have to be Beachbody coaching or something. You guys can get creative with it. But I'm just going to screen share really quick and show you guys what they did because it's pretty cool. And it just was 1 hour. And they did it. I would be interested if we all could do it together, because what's cool is they had all their coaches on their, or not all of our coaches, but select coaches on the team sharing every 10 minutes basically. And then other coaches would comment and ask questions. They also did 3 giveaways within the hour where people were commenting. And so they were active and they saw everything, and then they made a decision if they want to be a coach or not. So I thought that was just genius because you're just, again, working smarter, not harder. You're taking just 1 hour out of your day and giving people the same amount of information and showing them that you have a team instead of it just being like you know. So I'm just going to quickly share. Sorry, I keep talking forever. Share. Where am I? I think it's up here. Sorry if you guys see her messages. I know she's interested. Okay, so this is what their event looked like: online fitness coaching, live sneak peek into Beachbody coaching. And look, it has all the coaches on it. And then it says click join for your chance at a free Fixate book. So just for joining, they were entered into this event. You could do it differently. You could say like, first person who comments below on the first post or something, you get a free Fixate book, or whatever, the 20th person, or I don't know. But I thought this was cool because it's like Brandy, who's like Miss Millionaires Club, which is a real thing in Beachbody, and she's in it. A 2-star diamond coach, a 3-star diamond coach, a 3-star diamond coach, and a star diamond coach. Autumn was also on it. She's a good friend of mine. And she, I think, is just a diamond coach, or maybe a 1-star. But anyway, so this is the event that people could join, and 192 people went to it. 16 said maybe, but look, they invited 1,000 people. How do they do that? Because I can't invite more than 500. Anyway, so it tells you a little bit about it. Do what?
I think you can if you make more than one admin.
Oh, we got to do that. That's so great. I'm so glad to know that. Okay, so we'll do that. But it just says, it's so straightforward. It's like the event will take place right in this event page. All you need to do is show up and be present that night from 7:30 to 8:30. See you then. I would probably, as people were signing up for this, I'd probably post a video and say like, hey guys, just so you know, this is how this is going to go. You just get here at 7:30. It's 1 hour to, you know, freedom is power. In 1 hour, we're going to give you some information about coaching and how it's given us lots of different freedoms in our life, or whatever, and kind of give them the download so they know they don't have to like sign up for a 10-day thing or anything. So this ranks based on when people, oh, this one's pinned. But I'll just kind of take you guys through this quickly. I just think it's pretty cool what they talked about, like their topics. So for instance, okay, I guess I don't have to go in order. Who cares? But the first one was Brandy and Wendy. Why do I always say that? Mindy Winder. Mindy is a baller coach. She's Brandy's upline coach, like great grandma coach. But it was them talking about kind of their why. So I'll just, and look guys, this is pre-recorded, you know. Oops, sorry. I'll just quickly.
Brandy and I wanted to make this video to give you a sneak peek into what we do.
Okay. So like,
grandma coach into this business, and hearing that she was just a normal wife and a normal mom.
Anyway, so they talk about their story. So guys, we could even use this. I'm going to ask Brandy if we can use it. Just because these coaches are so far up in the business, they've been doing it 6 and 3 years. I've been doing it for 7 months. You know, you guys have been doing it even less. So it's good to use that so people can see what they've done. Like Mindy talks about when she made her $20,000 paycheck 1 week. You know, so those are really cool wins that, you know, you want to hear about. So it's just kind of like what they're doing. The next one, I think Christy talked about like challenger success stories. And that one was really cool. Like comment below with your takeaways and questions. And people were like, you know, I agree with Allison. It's all about spreading motivation. But anyway, people are active. And then, you know, you keep going. Not all of them are videos. A lot of them are videos. Autumn's was cool because it was basically like, it was a day in the life, and it was a video of her like doing her hair, checking in with her challenge groups, hanging out with her kid, working out. So that was cool because people could see that. Anyway, you guys get the coaches don't sell, coaches help. But you get, so she posted this at 8:01. They posted this at 7:32. So I guess they posted it like, you know, 10, 15 minutes apart, and the videos are like 5 to 10 minutes. So this is pretty cool, and people are like, What a breath of fresh air. This is actually a great way to interact with adults. Just amazing. Blah, blah, blah. So I'm just going to get out of this now, if I can. Hold on. Okay. So what do you guys think about that? I mean, and it looks like you guys are giving me questions. Oh, I can see them now. Sorry. Okay, good. Anyway, so I think that's pretty cool. So if you guys are interested, I'm going to put like a sign-up sheet in the, and you can be a brand new coach. I mean, I think it would be awesome for somebody to be like, I'm new to this team, and here's why I love being a Beachbody coach, and here's what my goals are, and here's what I thought and my concerns and what I found before becoming a coach. You know, it might be great for a new coach to say, like, I was in this challenge group, and this is why I wanted to be a coach. Maybe you don't have that same experience, but you will, or whatever. So I would love to have, you know, new coaches, business builder coaches, discount coaches, because I think that's important too, right? Like some people might just want to be a discount coach, and I would love to have someone on that's a true discount coach that's like, I love Shakeology. It's changed my life. I will never stop drinking it. Why not be a discount coach? So you guys, I'm going to put a sign-up sheet. Like I said, it's probably going to be like a Google Doc Excel spreadsheet. And if you guys want to sign up, I'm going to have like your name and what you might want to talk about or what you like most about Beachbody, and then we can kind of figure out who's going to do what. But I think that's cool because like for you newer coaches, as you are signing up coaches, you can say like, you know, have you ever thought about doing this? Well, jump on this event with us. And it's going to be me, and it's going to be 6 other coaches from my team, all different, and then they can kind of feel the community of our team and the culture of our team. So I think that's kind of cool too. And then the great thing about this event is that we can duplicate it. It's recorded videos, so we can do this over and over again. We could do it every single week if we wanted to, live, just answering questions. So I think it's a great idea. I think that, again, because it's duplicatable, it won't take a lot of time out of our day, 1 hour. You know, maybe another 20 minutes to make a video. I think it's something really cool that we can do. The other thing that I wanted to tell you guys, I'm going to make it under an hour, I swear. But the other thing that I wanted to tell you guys is I really want to start pushing to do 10-day groups. And I really want to do this during the, like I said, and clearly I do not match, so sorry. But during the slower months, because I think it's going to benefit us to do maybe 2 or 3 paid groups a month, especially when it's slower. And so I've been looking into and talking with a coach that did this training on 10-day groups, Melissa McAllister. She's a top coach. You guys can YouTube her. She's awesome. And she is really good at breaking this down. And she basically just does it as which I'm going to brag again on Rachel. And this is where I love our team because it's so cool that like maybe you guys think that I know everything or because I've been doing this longer, but that's not how this team works. Like I'm here to give you guys as much guidance as possible, but people are going to pick up things other places, and I learn a lot from people. So I really loved that in Rachel's challenge group. She said, hey guys, I'm so glad you did this challenge with me. I'm going to now move you guys to an overflow group, basically, which I've been wanting to do that for months, and I never did. But I think it's a great idea because especially with these smaller groups, you can basically say for 10 days, we're going to kill this. You're not going to cheat on your meals. You're not going to drink wine. You're not going to do this. You're not going to do that. You're going to get your program, and we're going to all start on the same day one. We're going to check in with each other, maybe do a workout together live on Periscope or who knows. You know, something that's like really dialed in for 10 days. And then after the 10 days, you're going to go into my overflow group where you'll get a bigger accountability group and you can learn from other people, get recipes, continue your journey. But for the first 10 days, we're really going to hit it hard type thing. You know, I've never tried it. I don't know. I will say I get a lot of feedback in a free clean eating challenge, and it's a 5-day challenge. So I guess I always felt like I need to give people a full month in their challenge. But if you're auto posting in those overflow groups, just as you would in a challenge and checking in, and like, for instance, if you use like Buffer app, like I sometimes post the same thing on my like page, on my home page, Facebook profile, and like in my coaching page. And you could do that. It could be like, I'm doing lower fix right now, like I did today, and post it in there. And who else did their workout today? You know, so you won't have to duplicate so much, but you could still keep them accountable, still post pictures of your meals, give them little challenges, that kind of thing. And that way you're building that overflow group. You can always promote new products in that group to people who've already bought. I have tons of people now this month that bought Size just because they are just in my groups, and I've kept them. That's another thing. I've kept a lot of people in my challenge groups like for months, like for 3 months or something, because they bought it. If they want to stay in it, they could stay in it. I'll move them now to an overflow group, but they always come around and they're like, you know what, I'm into that size, or maybe I'll have to get some boosts, and it's because they're in the groups and they see the posts and they see what's new every month. So I would strongly recommend having a strong challenge group, getting one going. Rachel, I would love if you would post like your template of your challenge group, just because, and sometimes there's no rhyme or reason, but sometimes there is. For instance, I started fresh with this challenge group for August 4th, which was just kind of like, I needed a new challenge group because I needed more Success Club points, to be honest with you. But I was just like, I needed a reason for people to get a program in the middle of the month. And I'm just like, it's crickets. It's the very first group I've ever had that's like non-active. And sometimes there's just no rhyme or reason to it, but sometimes it's just the content. And so I usually post the same content. And I know like Rachel, you've used a lot of content. I got that from Brandy. But I also love how you do weekly giveaways instead of a 21-day giveaway. You know, how you kind of do little recap videos. I think that keeps people engaged. But Rachel's challenge group was extremely engaging. If you guys were in it, like Ashley, you probably know. But so I just really, you know, you guys be sharing that stuff with other people, because if you, and that's another thing in our group, if you guys did something that was successful, share it, because so many times we don't know what's going on with other people, or it's hard to keep. And like, for instance, I've had coaches saying like, God, no one will do anything in my group. Like no one will say anything in my group. And it would be so great if someone would post and be like, hey guys, this is a really active group. You might want to follow this template or whatever. Or hey guys, I got a lot of feedback on this post that I did today. Just FYI if you're interested. Or guys, if you don't know what to post, if you're like, gosh, I'm just not getting any traction on my Facebook post or anything, does anybody have a before and after? Does anybody have a you know, a good post about Boost, or a good post about Shakeology, or a good post about your win? You can always take that picture. I always say this is an I do, we do, you do kind of business. I will do it, and please take it. I mean, always give me credit or somebody else credit if it came from like their blog or their website or something, or tag somebody in it. But you can take a picture of somebody's. I've done it from TKO, which is thousands of coaches all the time, and said, wow, check out this transformation story of this girl on my team. It's your team. That's another thing. You guys get plugged into Team TKO, because there's 5,000 coaches on our upline team. So you can ask a question in there and say, does anybody have pure PIO transformation? I've never done it from start to finish, and I want to see what the results are. I asked that question a couple months ago, and people were like, bam, 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 bam. All these pictures of their transformations. They lost 10 pounds, 15 pounds, all this. So I was like, ever tried PIO? Check out one of my teammates' results from this. And I, of course, tag them and tag their story in it, but it still is coming from my team. So it's not like a Beachbody stock photo, I guess. It's something that comes from your team. So use the team. If you get stuck, ask the team. I or your personally sponsored coach should have added you to Wilde Republic and TKO. If you're not added for some reason, let me know, but you should be added. You can add yourself, and Brandy will add you. But make sure you're added for sure. And that way you can ask questions if you have like objections about Shakeology. Does anybody have any, you know, rebuttals to that or whatever? People will tell you, and some of these people are like 9, 10-star, 15-star coaches. So go ahead and ask. We're all in the same team. I think that's all I wanted to say. So I just want to remind you guys of the promotions that are out this month. And if you don't know, you can always go to teambeachbody411.com. And every month there's a video that's called the Hot List. And it's 2 women. And they're always talking about like what the Success Club promotion is, what the Challenge Pack promotions are. So you'll have everything. And then you guys get on the National Wake Up Calls. And if you haven't been on them, like I said, you can go to your iTunes podcast, Team Beachbody, and you can listen to them. I just posted in our group, our coaching group, the last National Wake Up Call. If you didn't hear it, was from Nima. I forget his last name. He's a scientist that created the Beachbody Performance line. And he's just kind of talking about what the science is behind it. You can also YouTube each one of those and hear about what the science is behind it. And that's always good to know. Do the same for Shakeology. Just be reading up on that, listening about all that. Because when people say, like, what's the difference in Shakeology and why is it? I know, Brittany, you were asking me about this the other day. You know, sometimes we don't feel like we have enough knowledge to say, like, why wouldn't you buy this? Like, that's where I am now. I'm like, why wouldn't you buy this? Do you not get that, like, there's no way you can get all this stuff in one shake? Like, there really isn't. And so many people think it's a protein shake, you guys, and it's not. It has protein in it because every meal should have protein in it. But it's so much more than that. It's helping your body to get fed the true nutrients that it needs so it can assimilate food instead of storing it as fat. It's going to make, so obviously it's going to make a huge change in your weight loss, but that's only because your body is working properly. So I've had coaches that told me it cured their father's rosacea, Hashimoto's thyroid disease, that it has dramatically made that like half of what it was before. So do look up and read into that, YouTube that, so that when you're talking to people, you remember these little things that you look up into. Also, I have it over there. I'm going to have to get up again, but make sure you guys are doing your personal development. I will tell you right now, I have slacked in personal development for like the last week, and it has made a huge impact in my business. It sounds crazy, but when you're not listening to like anything that's, like, I love Chalene Johnson's podcast, Build Your Tribe, and it's about how to build your business, but it's still like it's helping me. It's personal development. I love. I don't know where I put it. Oh, it's in my kitchen. This new book from Simon Sinek. He's the guy who created like the why behind what you do, basically, for business. He's awesome. He spoke at Summit, but his new book is called Leaders Eat Last. So worth it. I read like half of it on a 2-hour flight. It was amazing, but it's just basically about like, if you want, it's just about learning how to build other leaders and to build people up and like to truly make that part of yourself and not just be like, I guess I got to lead these people and I guess I'm going to manage. It's about how to not be a manager and how to really be a leader and help grow people. And that's something that's a skill. You have to learn that. It's very hard, you know. And so that's a great personal development book because it's things that you wouldn't learn in school or just randomly at home or at work, you know. So that's great. I have it over there. But Jab, 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 Right Hook is great if you're worried about what to do for social media. It's basically like you want to hit people with a jab, jab, jab. Like me and my kid working out is a jab. I got so much done today because I took my Focus Energy Boost, jab. You know, those kinds of things, jab, jab, and then you hit them with a right hook. If you think you might be interested in coaching, join my webinar. So it's about how to sprinkle these things in and just kind of give people nuggets and then ask them to join you, then ask them to participate instead of just like picture you and your kid at the lake and then like join my group. You know, so it's just a more strategic way of how to market yourself on social media. It's amazing. The Slight Edge is amazing also, and if you guys haven't been to our coaching page for coaches, it's, again, teamwildrepublic.wix.com/coaches. You can go to New Coach Training, and that's also if you want to just fast track it on to Diamond, basically. It's all kinds of different video trainings about mindset, you know, which is huge in this business. It's very easy to compare yourself or get down or whatever. And I always tell people, if you're feeling like you're comparing, post something about not comparing yourself. Remind yourself and put that out there on social media. I just posted something yesterday I loved. It was people are insecure or something like that because they compare their behind the scenes with somebody else's highlight reel. And honestly, I posted that because I felt like I was doing that. I was like, oh, I'm not where I want to be. I'm not getting fast enough. And I was like, wait a minute. That's not what this is about. That's not why I started this. That's not why I do this every day. I do this to help people, and other people are struggling in their business and struggling in their home life and everything. Like, love people. Don't compare yourself, but I was struggling with that. So I posted it as a reminder to myself, and it was good because people posted back and they're like, I really needed that. And it helped me. It was like, other people are struggling with that too. Like, move on, like lift people up, So I just would, I also wanted to tell you guys, especially new coaches, Brene Brown is amazing, and she is a researcher on vulnerability and shame. You should read her book, Daring Greatly, because it is about being vulnerable and being comfortable with that. Like, for instance, putting your before and after pictures out there. That's a scary thing, but that's what people relate to. So it's about how not caring about people that don't see vulnerability as something good. And the whole book, Daring Greatly, is based off of a Roosevelt quote that said, like, who is the critic in the stands to sit there and criticize? Because they're not the ones in the arena, bloody, sweaty, loser or not. They're not the ones getting their hands dirty and doing the work. So it's basically, and he says, like, better is the one who dares greatly, loser or not, and that's kind of to me what this whole business is about. Like, I'm just daring greatly here, and it is going to pay off. Like, I know God appointed this in my life and wants me to do this, and this is kind of my way to help people, and I know for a fact that that's God's way of saying, here's how to help people do it. And so, but there are times when it's like, you know what, this is my own business. If I don't work, it doesn't work for me, So you got to motivate yourself, and you got to get out there, and you got to share. And for anybody who's scared to do that at first, ask for other people's pictures. I'm happy to give you my transformation picture, that kind of thing. But do be taking your own measurements. Do be taking your own weight. Take inventory of your own finances and what's changed and what you now can afford, and share that. Not in a tacky way, but just in an upfront, vulnerable way of gratitude, basically, for an opportunity. So I've kept you guys super long, and I'm so sorry, but I hope that you guys got a lot out of that. I hope if you're watching the replay that you got a lot out of it as well. The very last thing I wanted to tell you guys is, I never think about this, but I just had a coach sign up for a showcase package. It's hard to find it, but a showcase package is basically like, I would say what most network marketing companies would say that would be their starter kit. It is basically like 21-day fix, PIO, Insanity Max 30, Shakeology, and like a 3-day refresh, all in a package. It's like, if you want to jumpstart your business, you can try all these programs, give one away, whatever. And I never think about it because the price is high, but I think it's like $210 or something, which is not that much higher. But anyway, if you have a coach joining and they're like, I want to get my hands dirty, I want to do this, I want to blah, 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 at least give them the option to get the showcase package, because that will really help you guys. You get a showcase bonus if you sell a showcase package, which is few and far between. But I would never tell people they have to buy that. They don't. But it is good if somebody's like, I want to get my hands dirty. It's actually probably benefits them more, because their first group, they could give away like a PIO, and what they paid, $20 for it, which if they would have given that away, it would have been like $50. So, I mean, if somebody's really into it and they want to think about giveaways, and they want to try every, program or whatever, let them know that there's that showcase package. It's a really good way to get a jump start on your fitness and on your business. So let them know about that. But anyways, guys, thanks for joining. Does anybody have any questions before we wrap up? I know I've kept you guys like 7 minutes over. You can either type them, or you can say it, or we can just close it out. Okay, well, I will see you. Oops, sorry. Well, thank you guys for staying on so long. If you have signed up coaches recently, add them to Wilde Republic, our coaching group. You're able to add once you're a member. And then also make sure that you share these links with them. They're shareable on YouTube. So once this is done, I'm going to get the YouTube link and I'll put it up on our website. and you can share these things with them as we go too. But anyways, guys, I'm so happy to have you as part of my team. If you think of any other questions, let me know, and I will see you guys next week on our team call. I will let you know Sunday when it's going to be. I'm not sure if it's going to be Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. So I'm going to ask for a poll of which day works best, but I will let you guys know Sunday. Thanks so much for being on the call, guys. Love you, praying for you, and I will see you next week.